Rayford can argue against these orders, the radio stops working again. Since Cameron has a satellite phone because he's a reporter, Rayford asks him to call Chloe, but Cameron says he's been trying all day to no avail. While showing him the sad note Chloe left on the ticket's envelope, Rayford explains he wants to apologize to his daughter and admits it was never his wife's fault that their relationship failed, it was his for walking away every time Irene talked about God. Meanwhile, a depressed Chloe climbs to the top of a bridge. After staring at the view for a few seconds, she apologizes to her mother for how she treated her earlier. When she's about to jump, Cameron's call finally reaches her phone and she gets to talk to Rayford. They tell each other I love you and agree Irene was right. Rayford explains he isn't sure if he'll find space to land the plane, but before he can say more, the phone loses signal and the call ends. Learning that her dad is alive is enough for Chloe to come down and run back to town, where she takes an abandoned bike to move faster. At the same time, Rayford tells the passengers about their low odds of surviving and asks them to start praying. While the plane starts going down, Chloe makes it to a construction site and gets on a truck to start clearing the area by pushing all the objects away. She tries calling Cameron and luckily the signal comes back, so she gets to tell her dad that she's found a place for him to land. The plane's guidance system isn't working, so Cameron asks Chloe to open the compass app and give them the coordinates of her location before the call abruptly ends again. Cameron then puts the coordinates on his phone's map, which Rayford uses as a guide to fly the plane in the right direction. However, it's still too dark for him to find the exact spot. To make matters worse, the plane finally is running out of fuel. At that moment, Chloe manages to connect their phones again and Rayford asks her for a big light since the truck isn't enough. There are some gas tanks nearby, so Chloe covers them with fuel and throws a lighter, creating a huge explosion. The flames are seen by Rayford and he starts descending in that direction. Chloe jumps back into the truck and tries to get out of the way, but she's so distracted by the fire that she ends up crashing. The plane hits some cables as it goes down, but it only causes some shaking. Soon it reaches the ground and tilts because the back wheels haven't come out. The tail and a wing are dragged through the ground, but Rayford manages to make the plane stand correctly and the wing goes up to avoid